The return of Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan in Karate Kid Legends is a special reunion of two iconic characters, and also a tribute to the lasting appeal of martial arts stories. Ralph Macchio, now 63, steps back into the role of Daniel LaRusso, a character he first brought to life way back in the original 1984 Karate Kid. In this new chapter, LaRusso has grown into a mentor himself, channeling the quiet strength and wisdom of his old teacher, Mr. Miyagi. It's been 3 years since the events of Cobra Kai, and Daniel is now living a more peaceful life, fully embracing the Miyagi-Do values of self-control, non-violence, and mutual respect. Machio has such a long history with the character that he says the line between himself and Daniel is pretty blurry these days. He jokes that he should be a karate world champion by now, if he'd trained every day, but in reality, he's literally earned a black belt in Goju-ryu, the same style featured in the series. He may not move like he did in his 20s, but his understanding of what martial arts mean has only gotten deeper. Jackie Chan is back too, reprising his role as Mr. Han from the 2010 reboot. At 71, Chan still has incredible energy and continues to stay deeply involved in the stunts and fight choreography. His lifelong commitment to martial arts, shaped by intense training at the China Drama Academy, really shows again. On set, Chan is all in, arriving early, staying late, and always pushing to make things better. His character, Mr. Han, plays a key role in this story as he mentors the new lead, Li Fong. Together, Machio and Chan bring real depth to Karate Kid Legends. Their roles are the heart of the story, grounding it in the core values of patience, hard work, and purpose. Both actors have spent decades in martial arts films and have taken on real-life mentor roles with younger actors along the way. Their presence gives fans confidence that the emotional soul of the franchise is still intact. As they pass the torch to a new generation, the Karate Kid legacy continues, full of fresh energy and real heart. There is a new generation of martial artists, led by Li Fong, played by rising star Ben Wang. With Machio and Chan back as mentors, the film builds a powerful bridge between old-school wisdom and fresh energy. Li Fong, a teenage martial artist growing up in New York, finds himself torn between two worlds as he learns the values behind both kung fu and karate. His story captures what the franchise has always been about, that any kid, no matter where they come from, can overcome the odds with heart and discipline. Ben Wang is at the center of it all, and his performance is what really makes this new chapter work. He's been described as having a funny, slightly anxious face, but there's something totally real and relatable about the way he plays Li Fong. Machio says Wang does almost all his own stunts, and it shows. He brings serious heart and physical intensity to the role. Off-screen, Wang works just as hard as his character does on-screen, and that dedication shines through. Machio even called him his favorite thing in the movie, which says a lot about the emotional weight Wang brings to the story. The connection between Li Fong and his two mentors, Mr. Han and Daniel LaRusso, is the film's emotional core. Mr. Han brings the discipline and tradition of Kung Fu, while Daniel teaches the calm, centered approach of Miyagi-Do karate. As these styles and philosophies start to blend, the movie dives into how different martial arts can complement each other, finding common ground in values like respect, balance, and inner strength. Director Jonathan Entwistle clearly wants this to be more than just a nostalgic throwback. His vision is to truly pass the torch. The film's tagline, "Two branches, one tree," sums it up perfectly. Instead of leaving the past behind, the story builds on it, combining old traditions with a fresh outlook. The young cast around Wang adds to that vibe, giving the movie an ensemble feel that's both grounded and emotionally rich. Through Li Fong and the younger cast, the movie brings back classic themes in a way that feels fresh and inspiring. It's an exciting new chapter that respects where it came from, but speaks directly to a new generation, encouraging them to believe in their own strength and potential. Director Jonathan Entwistle brings some modern energy to Karate Kid Legends, blending the series' legacy with a contemporary style in both storytelling and visuals. Known for shows like The End of the World, Entwistle has a knack for youth-focused stories, which makes him a great fit to balance the old-school heart of Karate Kid with a more current vibe. His mission was simple: connect the generations by updating the look and feel of the franchise while staying true to its core values: discipline, humility, and inner strength. One of the biggest changes is how the fight scenes are shot. Ralph Macchio pointed out that the new choreography feels very different from the original films. Entwistle leans into a fast-paced, immersive style, full of sharp edits and kinetic camera moves that reflect today's action trends, more like video games or even Marvel movies. Still, even with the flashier visuals, the film keeps martial arts at its core. Jackie Chan makes sure the fight scenes stay authentic. Thanks to him, the film is rooted in real technique and also looks cool. The result is a mix of old and new, modern in style, but grounded in tradition. Entwistle also puts a lot of focus on emotional storytelling. He treats martial arts not just as action, but as a way for characters to grow and evolve. That's always been a big part of The Karate Kid, but here it's presented in a way that clicks with Gen Z, who connect with stories about vulnerability, identity, and personal growth. New York City is front and center in Karate Kid Legends, bringing a real, multicultural energy that feels different from the calm, suburban vibe of the earlier films. The contrast between the gritty streets and the peaceful dojo scenes helps reinforce the film's core message about balance, on both a personal and visual level. Flashbacks to classic Karate Kid moments are used sparingly, and when they do show up, they feel meaningful instead of just there for nostalgia. Overall, Entwistle's approach is all about bringing things together, the past and present, east and west, fast-paced action, and emotional depth. In doing so, Entwistle pays respect to the franchise's roots while pushing it forward into the future. In Karate Kid Legends is a timeless lesson. Martial arts are about way more than just fighting. From the start, the Karate Kid franchise has used martial arts as a metaphor for personal growth, self-control, and making the right choices. The latest film continues this tradition with real heart, weaving deep philosophical themes into both the characters' journeys and the overall story. Ralph Macchio highlights this in his take on the franchise. "Fighting is always the last answer to the problem," he says, capturing the heart of the Miyagi-Do philosophy. In this universe, karate isn't about beating others, it's about mastering yourself. That idea is key to Daniel LaRusso's character in Karate Kid Legends, where he shows the quiet, disciplined wisdom of Mr. Miyagi. The film really drives this message home through its dual mentorship dynamic. Mr. Han brings his own approach, grounded in traditional Chinese martial arts. His teachings focus on inner peace, patience, and balance. Together, Han and LaRusso present a clear message. Real strength comes from knowing when not to fight. This balance is reflected in the journey of Li Fong, the young lead. His story is about physical training but also spirituality. The dojo becomes a place for him to reflect, face his own insecurities, and learn about himself. Through practice, discipline, and dealing with failure, Li Fong discovers that martial arts are a path to self-awareness, not just combat skills. Instead of glorifying violence, the fights in Karate Kid Legends feel like emotional turning points, moments that reveal the true character of the people involved. Even off-screen, the stars live by this philosophy. Jackie Chan's lifelong commitment to martial arts goes far beyond acting. It's a way of life rooted in discipline, respect, and humility. Machio's own journey from actor to black belt echoes Daniel's path, making the message of the franchise even more authentic. The film succeeds in reaffirming the values that have made the Karate Kid series so impactful across generations. By showing martial arts as a journey of personal growth rather than just a fight for victory, it leaves us with more than just excitement. In a world where conflict often gets exaggerated and rewarded, Karate Kid Legends offers a refreshing take, reminding us that real mastery comes from patience, that confidence is built through persistence, and that violence should always be a last resort. Thanks for watching, Collider. See you next time.